Good evening,
Uh-huh.
everyone. Tonight we're going to talk about our new consultant chat and just kind of go over some things. And Lynn has joined us from the Ferrera team, and Kathy Mitchell has joined us from the Saya team. And if she quits, we're going to get Kathy's story. And Kathy lives in Alabama. What
Oh,
time?
wow.
What time was it? What
What
time?
time is it here?
No, what? No, what town do you live in?
Oh, I'm sorry, Opelika,
Opelika. Okay. All right.
right
And
outside of Auburn.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then I live in the Panhandle of Florida. So
Oh, wow.
yeah. So, and I just moved here about a year ago. I'm a transitioning northerner. So let's start. I like to just to talk a little bit about ourselves and I mean we know that you are, you have a new niece.
Yes, I do. Yes, ma'am.
A new niece. What's her name?
Her name is Mila Adriana
Oh, how pretty. That's so pretty.
Thompson. Her last
And
name is Thompson.
so tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you decide to start selling Pampered Chef.
Um, I was a school teacher for 30 years, taught fifth grade, and I retired about 2 years ago. I knew that I was going to do something else. I actually was thinking about going to a private school, um, but I ended up at Methodist University, which is the college where my daughter is. She actually had already decided to go there, and like I said, I had planned on going to a private school, and then I got there happened to be an opening in admissions, and I've been there ever since. And she is actually getting married. She will graduate in May, and she's getting married in May. Yeah.
Wow.
So I just thought I could use some extra money, and I've always loved Pamper Chef.
Yeah,
Always
good.
loved it, and yeah, just always have. Always loved their products, and
So
just thought it would be something interesting. Always wanted to.
you still work full time at the
I'm
school?
sorry. I do. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right, all right. Well, then you got
Yes,
something
ma'am.
in common with Kathy. And
Mm-hmm.
and so tell us a little bit
I'm
about
at this. I'm at the Board of Education for Opelika City Schools.
Okay.
I'm an
Okay.
accounts payable for the child nutrition program.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
wow.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
That's pretty specific, Kathy. That
Yep.
I mean, do you have other things
What I
you
do, I order all the food for the entire school system.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Now I'm regulated. We're all regulated on what we have to order. I process all the free and reduced forms
Oh, wow.
that parents and guardians complete. And I pay all the bills associated with all the food that we buy, equipment that we buy, supplies that we buy,
Wow.
everything.
okay.
And so that's the kind of the umbrella of everything that I do.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Food related. I didn't realize it was food related, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Although I never see food, I don't see
Yeah.
it because I'm ordering it. But and the managers that we have 9 cafeterias. So the managers of the cafeterias, they tell me what they want and I just approve all of it.
I see.
So I don't really pick out, I don't plan their menus or anything. I just order what they say they need.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Awesome.
So
Okay.
yep.
Lena and Kathy has heard this story before, but I have been with Pampered Chef 32 years, and
Oh, wow.
I thought about being a chef when I went to college, but I didn't think they got paid well, and I thought they were crappy hours, so I went into computers, and I worked in that field for 10 years, and then went to a Pampered Chef party, and I just started. I'd been in a couple other direct selling things before, so I had a little bit of experience about what I liked and what I didn't like. In fact, one of the people I had recruited with my other company she was the one, we both like to cook. And she said, Karen, I was working 70 hours a week. And she's like, I want to know when you can make this party because you're going to love it. And I went, she had like 30 people in the room. And the consultant was awful, but that's a whole nother story. And I thought, well, I'll do one show a month. I mean, I thought it was either going to have a party or sign up. So I signed up and I'll just do one show a month. And before I knew it, I was working at that time. When you do live parties, if 8 shows a month is really full time with Pampered Chef. And so I was doing 8 shows a month, and my business was, booming. And for 3.5 years into it, I started seeing what kind of money was in it, and I quit my full-time job and never looked back.
Wow.
So I've been self-supporting. Yeah, I've been self-supporting with Pampered Chef, for 29 years.
Wow.
So it's been
That's
a great
amazing.
ride, and I get to work with wonderful people like you guys, and it makes life so much
A
more
lot of new
fun.
people.
Yeah, I love the flexibility. So I'm going to go through. I just realized that I have not updated it with the new kit. We have new kits that just came out. So we want to talk a little bit about that tonight. But I am just always so happy when somebody joins our team, and so Lynn, I hope you know how welcome you are, and I know on Dawn's team you are just
Appreciate that.
you get such great stuff, but we are really glad that you're here. And so we got to know each other already. And so, I hope that now, have you done any of the DASH training, Lynn?
I've not. I literally haven't had a chance to because I literally just signed on like Wednesday of last week, and I left Thursday.
Oh,
And I've
okay.
been in Tennessee ever since, so I've
Okay.
just got home. So I really haven't.
Oh, I know, no worries, no worries. It'll all work out. And so,
I promise.
have you gotten your kit?
Yes, ma'am. I just got home. I hadn't even chance to look at it. My daughter, when I walked in the door, she said, "Mama, your kit came." So, like I said, I have just walked in the door. So, but yes,
Sure. Which kit did you order?
Somewhere.
No. The stoneware kit. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, one of the first things to think about is, really, what made you decide to start doing Pampered Chef, and what did you want to accomplish?
Okay.
So, and when you really think about the possibilities with Pampered Chef, that making an extra $200 requires about $1,000 of sales. Monthly booked parties. We always overbook. Book 4 to 6, and you'll probably end up doing 2 to 3. I actually find, and it depends on the person. Kathy, do you find that you really need to overbook that much? Do you need to double your booking?
I try to do it. I don't always get to, but I try to.
Do you have as many parties like that change? Like if you book parties.
Right. So what's your question actually? I'm sorry.
I'm just wondering, do you have to, what is your postponement or cancellation rate? Is it high where you have to do double?
0.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody cancel
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. And and we'll talk about that for a second, because first of all, there's a big difference between postponing and canceling. All right. I mean, if you've ever had a hair appointment or a nail appointment or an appointment that you have changed, those things happen. If people cancel, I think that there is a little more of an issue there. I think if you develop a relationship with your host and you show a respect for your business, people aren't likely to cancel. So I think so again, usually people will postpone. Canceling should be quite rare. And if that is happening, then I would encourage you. And again, I always want you to remember, if there's something about your business that bugs you, if there's something that, doesn't seem quite right, that's what your director and your recruiters are here for. I'm going to tell you that, Dawn's with, is Dawn with Pampered Chef 26 years now, I think. She's seen it all. She's seen it all too.
Right.
All right. but it is important to overbook. You know, it's a good cushion. It's a good technique to have for your business. If you know, if you want $500 in income,
Like,
you're going to want to probably have about 2,500 in sales, and that's going to require 8 to 10 shows, or 5 to 6 shows held. And then, you know, when my checks got to be $1,000 a month, I mean, that got to be pretty serious money. I mean, when you really think about, even in this day and age, you know, I mean, gosh, you know, there's a lot of people that wouldn't have to claim bankruptcy if they had an extra $300 to $400 a month, and that's easily done with Pampered Chef. But so when it gets to be $1,000 a month, that's usually about 4,000 in sales, and you're doing about 8 to 9 shows. And then, of course, being an elite seller, you're making about, you know, you could go to $2,000 a month, you know, with $8,000 in sales, and that's doing about 16 to 17 parties a month. Now, what I want you to notice here, notice that it's about half, that the average Pampered Chef party is about $500. And I'm going to say that that is usually a virtual party. All right. It's a little bit higher with live parties are just booming right now. And again, depending on where you want to go. But usually, again, when I talked about when I was doing 8 parties a month, live parties, you know, when I quit my full-time job, that's equal to about 16 virtual parties. So usually 2 virtual parties is kind of worth 1 live party in terms of sales, if that makes sense. Would you agree with that, Kathy?
Yes, most definitely.
Okay. Well, being an elite seller, you know, you're going to be making a lot more money there too, which is really nice. And you're going to be earning, so you're,
This happened. Okay.
you're going to get a whole bunch of things in your first 6 months with Pampered Chef. And I'm trying to think, a week ago, Dawn was at National Conference. I'm not sure. Are you going to be able to get the air fryer for free? Do you know? It might have happened just after you signed up for the people that went to conference, but
I'm not sure. I haven't read about that.
yeah. Well, you know, and you're going to get, and we're going to go through these right now, but you're going to get all of these things in your first. Now, did you know that you are eligible for $3,000 in bonuses in your first 6 months?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Cash is nice, isn't it? And I really, it's important for you to understand that this is only available to those of you that are in your first 6 months. I can't get that. I mean, this wasn't a benefit when I started with Pampered Chef. So this is a really nice benefit, and we'll go over that too. So what's going to happen is when you submit your first 500 in sales, oh, by the way, you're going to want to look to see when your 30 days is, Lynn. It might be like your start date will probably be like right in now. They usually give you about a week before they start the 30-day countdown for you to get your kit and everything. So really you went away at the right time, because you come back and now you're going to be, you know, being able to take advantage of this first 6 months. So when you do 500 in your first 30 days, oh yeah, 30, so right at the top, 30 days, you're going to get the mini loaf pan and the beer bread mix. And I'm, you know what, I'm just gonna, again, they've made a whole bunch of new announcements at conference. I hope, I am not 100% sure that these items are going to be the same, but you will be rewarded. Okay. So I apologize. Everything was happening so fast with all of our new things. And then when you do $12.50 in your first 90 days, you're going to get modular pans, the silicone mitts, you're going to get a taste buds sample, and you're going to get a coupon for 25% off. Because what you're going to want to do is you're going to notice when you start your Pampered Chef business that people are going to be watching you. They're going to be wanting to see how much fun you're having, and they may be interested in making some income too. So you could offer them a 25% off of a kit with your coupon that you're going to get with your $12.50 in sales. Okay.
Yes.
That's a really nice benefit. Now in your first 90 days, when you sell 2,500, you're going to get the 10-inch stainless steel nonstick skillet, and you're going to get another kit, shareable kit discount code. Are you familiar with the stainless steel nonstick pans, Lynn?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have one, or did you see one at Dawn's, or?
I saw one at Dawn's.
Okay, yeah, they are so nice. And in fact, I just used the wok a few minutes ago to make a carbonara, and I am crazy over the nonstick stainless. So you definitely want to get that.
Yes, it looks nice.
Yeah. And then when you hit 1250 in your first 90 days, you're going to get the knife set. Kathy, do you have the knife set?
I do.
It is so nice. And
Love it.
It looks so nice on your counter. And every time you use it, you're going to be able to think about the success you've had. Lucy, stop. Excuse me. So that is a really nice benefit. And when you hit 10,000 in sales in your first 180 days, now that is 6 months, okay? Again, if your goal is to do, we were talking about income a little bit earlier. Let's just say, Dawn does $10,000 in a month. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it would take you a while to work up to that. All I'm saying is that $10,000 is really not that difficult. All right. 1250, we say, so 10,000, oopsie, I should know this. Divided by 6. Okay, that's $1,700 a month in sales, which means you're going to be making $350 a month, so you're going to be getting a nice commission check as well as earning the stand mixer. Now, have you seen the stand mixer?
I've seen one. It's neat.
It's really nice. It's really nice. Kathy, you use yours a lot, don't you?
I do, quite often.
Yeah, I had a KitchenAid, and I thought, I wouldn't use it, but I use it so much. All right. So now, and then we'll talk a little bit about the cash bonuses, and that's what I was talking about, where the $3,000 comes in. So those two $25 bonuses you get to sign people up for 25% off of whatever kit that they want. You'll become a team leader when you use those. When you have two people on your team. All right.
Okay.
So when you become a team leader, you're within the first 90 days, you're going to get $100 bonus. All right. And then when you do that the next month, you're going to get another $100 bonus. So hi, Kim, how are you? Glad you could join us.
Thank you.
Sure. So then the next step is becoming a director, and that means you have 5 people on your team, Lynn, and it can be, as long as you have recruited 2 people of your own, your people could also recruit, and that would make you a team as a director team. So you could recruit all 5 of them yourself, or at least 2. And when your team does that, you're going to get $400 bonus because you did it in the first 6 months. And then when you maintain director for 3 months, with 2 more months after your first month, you're going to get another $400.
Wow.
All right? And all it is just, helping you to keep, keep some focus on your business and keeping that consistency, because consistency is the biggest part of being successful. It's just being consistent. And then, and this happens a lot, then when you promote a director on your, when you have somebody on your team that does this, you'll become an advanced director, and you're going to get $1,000 bonus for promoting in your first 6 months. And then when you're paid as an advanced director for 3 months in a row, you get another $1,000. So again, this is where this money comes in. And again, Pepper Chef has $3,000 in an envelope with your name on it, and it's just up to you to decide if you want to claim that or not. All right. Any questions on that?
Okay. No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is the recipe for a successful business. And I think that when you start a Pampered Chef business and you're used to seeing, people you're doing demonstrations and selling product, you think that that is what the business is about. Well, of course, you need to book parties to get those parties on your calendar. And then sharing the apron is just as important to selling product, because we're not just here to sell people things. We're here to build relationships. We're here to help people in their kitchen, get meals on the table, make the family time more enjoyable. And that so many families can use some extra money. And that's one of the main reasons people start. I mean, some people, I didn't start doing Pampered Chef for the money. I started doing Pampered Chef for the fun. Everybody starts Pampered Chef for a different reason. Hey, Kim, you came in a little bit late. Why did you start doing Pampered Chef? Or should I say Kim?
I'm here. I had started once before, and at the time I wasn't interested in going forward. But now I've been getting questions from people and
excellent.
orders. So.
And do you go by Kimberly and not
decided
Kim?
to start again. Either or.
Oh, okay. And
either or is welcome.
And where do you live?
I live in Rochester, New York.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Excellent. Yes. And tell me who your recruiter is.
Oh, her name just Lori.
Oh, Lori Coleman. Okay. Excellent. Oh, yeah.
Coleman. Yes.
Okay,
thank you.
So just so that you understand where I'm at, Kimberly, Lori was recruited by Dawn Ferreira, and I am Dawn Ferreira's director. So that's kind of how, we're all family. We're all family. So we're so happy to have you here. All right.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. All right. So it's really important that you understand that, the business comprises of these things. So, and you don't want to neglect one or the other. Okay. We're here to help people and discover whether, Pampered Chef, again, people are going back to school. Sports are happening. Families are being, asked to spend more money for sports and all these kinds of things. And this is a perfect time for people to start doing a Pampered Chef and making, and the reason may not be the money, but it might be what the money provides. And so anyway, that's really important that you understand that. So you want to book your first parties. You should have a launch party going real soon. Okay. We don't want to get to the point where we're failing to launch our business, right? When you think about businesses on Main Street, think about all they have to do to go through and start they've got to rent a facility, they've got to decide on a business, they probably have to get a loan. And then, they open up their doors and they hope that people come in. Well, our business is a bit simpler than that, but we still have to let everybody know we have a business now. And that takes a little bit of grunt work. All right. And you're going to blanket the information out. But you're going to follow up with talking with people and having, and telling them how you can fill their kitchen. I always call it make your kitchen happy. I really want to help you make your kitchen happy. And let's add some products to your kitchen. So your goal is 4 to 6 parties as soon as you can get them done, because you need that practice. If the longer you wait to get that practice, the harder it is. Okay. Mm-hmm. So you really want to work on those, on the goal of 4 to 6 parties. Now, you're going to see in your information with Pampered Chef, and we call it, I call it the Frank's list. Some people call it the launch list. Some people call it list of 100. I'd like you to think about if you were getting, you're getting ready to put on a wedding, right, Lynn?
Yes.
All right. So
have
you thought about how many people you're going to invite to the wedding?
Yes, ma'am.
And how many is that?
They want to invite like 250 people.
Okay. And so, and why is it not 500? Usually because it's expensive.
Yes, honestly, that's part of it. That's a big part of it. Yes.
Yeah. Weddings are expensive, no matter how many people you've got coming.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's expensive enough for 250.
Yeah, and you probably will have to limit yourself, because you probably have 125 for your side, 125 for their side,
Yes.
So, you're going to be limiting people. What the whole point of this is that you want this list to look very similar to that, but you're not eliminating anybody because of cost,
Right.
right? So you want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
think about everyone and this is going to help friends, neighbors, relatives, your holiday card list. I like to think when I do the Franks list, it's friends, relatives, acquaintances, neighbors. The K stands for kids, people through your kids, and S could be social media or your spouse. So this is just a brainstorming technique to help you think of people, to let them know that you're doing Pampered Chef. There's actually 5 different ways those people can play a part in your business. And I'll go through this real fast. First of all, if you're doing your launch party, you're going to invite them to their launch party. All right. The second thing is, if they say no, you might want to offer them a catalog.
Mhm.
You might want to offer them to host a show, make their kitchen happy. Okay. So there's 3 ways. The fourth thing is they could join your team. Perhaps, they're looking for some extra income, looking for some fun, looking for, a place to belong. I mean, there's a lot of people that are in Pampered Chef or in direct sales because they just want a tribe, So
Mhm.
that's 4 ways. And the 5th way is that asking for a referral. Just think if they said no, 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 no to all those, they're probably going to kind of feel kind of crappy. Well, listen, who do you know that loves to cook? Who do you know that loves to entertain? And you could get a referral for them. So really, all of those 125 people or 150, and you're going to, this list is a live, living list. It's not one you're going to just fill out and forget. You're going to take people off because they've said no. And I would say they come off the list because they said no, never, which is very seldom. It might be no, not now. No, this is not a good time. But then you're going to keep adding people as you think of people, and as you meet new people. So this launch list is something that is a live document and something, and I'm going to tell you, I know right away what consultants take the time to do this, because this is really important. I mean, again, if you were opening up a business on Main Street, you would hope all those people would come in, but they wouldn't know to come in if you didn't tell them, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So this is the dash. Dash is something, there's a lot of information in Dash. Even after 32 years with a business, I will go in and take a workshop. I always learn something. Do you find that too, Kathy? Whenever you go into Dash, you learn something?
Yes, and don't be like me and let it pile up to where you have to go back and catch up on all kinds of the Dash training modules, because they are so good.
Mhm.
Really
And it's
is.
not just a bunch of reading. A lot of it's videos. I mean, it's very, very good. I cannot say enough good things about it.
Good.
And a lot of them are only 5 minutes long. And
Yeah.
so what's going to happen is when you go through Dash, there's going to be like 10, maybe 10 5-minute workshops. And then it's going to say contact your recruiter. And so you would want to do that because you want to keep Dawn. You want to let Dawn know how you're feeling. Let Dawn know what your goals are. Again, your goals are your goals. Our job is not to say, well, you need to do this or you need to do that. Our job is to help you find the
Meet your
path
goal.
to help your goals come true. All right.
Mhm.
And then under the new consultant training, first things first. This is such excellent stuff. Write down, write down the reason you joined. Really keep that. You want to keep your why in the forefront of why you're doing Pampered Chef, and that's going to change. And then the financial information, you want to make sure that you complete this, because what's going to happen is you're going to set up a checking account for your business, and this is how you'll buy your supplies, and how you can also use this account to have them deposit your money for direct deposit. So you want to take care of that. And now I'm going to encourage you to not get overwhelmed, to work on your launch list, to talk about 4 to 6 parties, tell everyone, and there's all kinds of Scripts, I don't know if you're in the Joe Pat group yet or not, but if you're in there, there's all kinds of, you can just search on scripts. That will help give you the words to say, and then work on your launch list, and then just start reaching out. And we really encourage you to reach out to at least 10 to 30 people a day until you get your calendar. You know, when you think about, you know, doing 6 parties a month at least, you know, you want to work on getting those. I kind of look at it, you take your calendar, think about, you know, when you want to work, and then you start filling it in with names. Stop. My dog's an electrocutor, so okay. Lucy, stop.
They only get busy like children when you're on the phone or in the middle of something. Then they're busy doing something.
And then complete the Getting Started program in Dash, and that's where I mentioned it is. It's about 10 steps.
Oh.
So with that, I'm going to encourage you again to go through any comments or questions about anything I talked about.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to really encourage you to, you know, keep in touch with Dawn. You'll probably talk with her weekly, but there's no limit. I mean, if you have a question every day, you know, and same with you with Lori, Kim. Do you have any questions, Kim? I know you kind of came in a little bit late, but hopefully you got the gist.
No, and I apologize for the lateness. I just saw the text message
Well,
that you sent me. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. And I do this.
Are you going to have a recording?
I did record it, and I also do it every week. So, well, mostly I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I shouldn't say anything about
Oh, okay.
it.
Okay.
But yeah, I will post the recording, Kim. And but you know, and we're only a text or a phone call away, or if you're in Joe Pack, and each team usually has its own group, and you can ask questions in there, and somebody will come to your rescue. And that's what's nice, because you're going to find that we have a wonderful team that shares everything. And you know, if you take the time to be part of the, you know, I know it's going to seems like you might be joining a lot of groups, but unless there's something pertinent, it doesn't really matter. They're just there as a resource for you, right? You know, and you can, and there are lots of them. So any comments or questions, Kathy? Anything I didn't go over that you think I should have? Okay.
No, ma'am. All
Okay.
very good.
All right. So Dawn, I hope that you all heard that Dawn is having a special speaker, Laura Polito, who I know very well for years. She's a fabulous consultant. She's not on our team. And this is what's really cool is we also look out. I mean, every team has its culture. You know, if you were on another team, I would ask you who your executive director is, and I would kind of get an idea of how you're trained and what their culture is. So it's always nice to hear from other team members, and especially successful ones. And they share all those ideas that you can steal their ideas and implement them into your business. I mean, I know in the beginning it might seem like a lot, but I'm really going to encourage you, don't let yourself get overwhelmed. It's one step at a time. The most important thing is getting shows on your calendar. You don't have a business, you know, all the training in the world is not going to, you know, put money in your account. The bookings will. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So
Right.
yeah, if you don't have the Zoom for Dawn, I think that's at 8:30. Make sure you get it. Oh, you can reach out to me in Facebook if you need it.
Okay. Sounds
Okay.
good. Thank you
All
so
right.
much for
My
inviting me.
pleasure. My pleasure.
All right.
Thanks for joining.
Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.